What's up, everybody? It's JT Sports Match, you guys, with another video. This video, I'm here with my Cleveland Browns versus New England Patriots Week 8 NFL preview and prediction. I'm going to be previewing this game and get my predictions for who will win this game. Now, before I begin, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel below NFL videos and college football videos daily. Also, make sure to hit the notification button on the right side of the subscribe button. It's a little bell icon. It will alert you every time I upload a new video. Now, the 2-4 Cleveland Browns are going to be on the road at Foxborough playing the undefeated New England Patriots, who just got done dominating the New York Jets on Monday Night Football. And this is my game of the week. Now, why is this my game of the week? Might surprise a lot of people, because a lot of people are going to be like, how is this the game of the week when the Cleveland Browns are 2-4 and the New England Patriots are undefeated? Well, this is my game of the week because I'm very interested in this Cleveland Browns team. I know Cleveland is 2-4, but they're very talented. On the outside, when you look at the skill position, you got Kareem Hunt coming back from his suspension. You got Nick Chubb, who has probably been the MVP of this team so far. Then you got Odell Beckham. You got Jarvis Landry. So I want to see how this defense, how Bill Belichick is going to game plan for all the weapons that this Cleveland Browns team has on the offensive side of the ball. Now, you may be looking at this Cleveland Browns team, and you may think this team should not be 2-4. How are they 2-4 with the guys that you just named, Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry, Nick Chubb, and Baker Mayfield? A reason why they're 2-4 is because this offensive line has not been good. And you can have, a lot of people overlooking this in the offseason, you can have all the good skill position players you want to. You can have the best wide receiving core in the NFL if you want to. But if you don't have a good offensive line or a solid offensive line to give the quarterback time to drop back and let those routes develop, then it's not going to make a difference who you have at the wide receiver position. And we've been seeing this so far. A big reason why Cleveland is 2-4 in the season is because they cannot protect Baker Mayfield. And it looks like Baker Mayfield has kind of taken a step back because he hasn't really had a lot of time to throw the football. And like I said, it doesn't matter who you have playing wide receiver. If the quarterback doesn't have enough time to sit back and throw the ball to these wide receivers, then, I mean, it really doesn't matter who you have playing wide receiver. The quarterback doesn't have enough time to sit back and go through his reads, go through his progression, and throw the football. And we've seen this a lot. When you go back to the LA Rams game, Aaron Donald, I mean, Baker Mayfield was running for his life the whole entire game versus Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald was just a one-man wrecking crew versus the Cleveland Browns on that Sunday night matchup a couple of weeks ago, and Baker Mayfield was running for his life. So in this game, this New England Patriots team, right? They don't really have any elite pass rushers, but they get a lot of covered sacks. A lot of covered sacks. And what I mean by covered sacks, because some of you guys might not understand what covered sacks are, but covered sacks is when your secondary shuts down the wide receivers and you just get sacks just based on because the quarterback has nowhere to go with the football and he just gets sacked. That's how good this New England Patriots secondary is. So the New England Patriots get sacks due to how good they are in coverage. Stephon Gilmore is going to be an All-Pro for the second straight year in a row. He's been playing lights out. This secondary for the New England Patriots is actually is scary. This New England Patriots defense is absolutely scary because the last couple of years, the New England Patriots always had the bend but don't break philosophy. They'll let you get as many yards as you want to, but when you get inside that red zone, they did not allow you to score any touchdowns. Now, this is a New England Patriots team that's not allowing you to pass the football, but they're not allowing you to run the football as well. I mean, New England, is second in the NFL in rushing yards per game allowed, allowing 74.7 yards per game, which is second in the NFL behind Tampa Bay, who is number 1. So this New England Patriots secondary, I mean, they're good passing the football. I mean, we don't need to talk about how good they are passing the football. I mean, they're not allowed, they're number 1 in passing yards per game allowed, not allowing a lot of teams to throw the football on them. So not only can they stop the run and stop the pass, but they also can stop you inside the red zone as well. When you get inside the red zone, you're not going to score any points when you play the New England Patriots. When you get inside the red zone. Now, I know a lot of people want to be like, oh, New England hasn't played anybody, blah, blah, blah. Listen, I don't care who New England has played. We know how good New England has been over the last couple of seasons. So, I mean, the fact that people are trying to say New England doesn't play anybody is just a little bit of a question mark to me because we know how good New England has been in the past. And it's not a surprise that New England is undefeated. It isn't. I predicted New England to go 14-2. And so far, it looks like they're going to end up going 14-2 because of how favorable the schedule is. And in this matchup, the reason why this is my game of the week, because I want to see the game plan that Freddie Kitchens is going to have against this New England Patriots defense. You got to innovative offensive head coach in his first year versus Bill Belichick. And Bill Belichick most of the time gets the upper hand on these rookie head coaches. So I want to see what Freddie Kitchens' strategy is going to be in this game. And when we look at my keys to victory, what easy teams can be able to do and able to win this game, the Cleveland Browns obviously have to run the football. Now, the reason why Cleveland has to run the football, anytime you have a bad offensive line, run the football is going to take away how bad your offensive line is if you're able to have success running the football. When you look at the games that the Cleveland Browns have won, when you go back to that Baltimore Ravens game that they absolutely blew out the Baltimore Ravens, they put 40 on them, they had success running the football. And the Baltimore Ravens have a pretty good secondary. So if you want to beat New England, your best chance of beating New England is being able to win by running the football. You keep Tom Brady's offense off the field, and you keep New England's defense on the field, and you tire them out, you get them fatigued and whatnot, and then run the football. You protect how you don't show how bad your offensive line is, and you don't have to rely on the passing game as much. Now, Cleveland is 13 in the NFL in rushing yards per game, and they're second in the NFL in rushing yards per attempt. They're averaging 5.3 yards per carry. Now, New England is second in the NFL in rushing yards per game allowed, only allow 74 rushing yards per game, but they're middle of the pack in rushing yards allowed per attempt. They're allowing opposing teams to rush for 4.2 yards per carry every time they run the football. Now, the reason why New England hasn't really been able to be exposed in the run game is because they end up blowing teams out so bad that teams are just forced to get back into the game by throwing the football. So Cleveland, if you run the ball, you keep the game close, and you don't have to worry about how bad your offensive line is if you're able to have success run the football. And you got Kareem Hunt back as well. Now, I'm not expecting Kareem Hunt to have a big game because I'm not expecting him to get a lot of touches because Nick Chubb has obviously been a hot halfback. And Football 101 is, if you have a hot halfback right now, you don't try to cram another halfback in there that's coming off suspension. You don't try to cram him into the game plan. You ride with the hot hand. So Nick Chubb is the hot hand right now. So you're going to roll with Nick. You're going to give Nick Chubb 30 carries in this game. Nick Chubb needs to get the ball 30 times this game if the Cleveland Browns want to have a chance of beating the New England Patriots. Nick Chubb needs 30 carries in this game because his offensive line is going to get it done passing the football against New England. So you're going to have to be able to give Nick Chubb 30 carries. Then you give Kareem Hunt a little bit of 5, 6, 7 carries, get him back into the flow of things. And then you need to have success running the football. Cleveland is going to have to pound the rock to win this game. Next thing they have to be able to do is you got to be able to score touchdowns in the red zone. A big reason why teams fail to beat the New England Patriots is because they fail to score in the red zone. A blueprint to beating the New England Patriots is you got to get pressure on Tom Brady and you got to be able to score inside the red zone. If you're able to do those two things, you're going to end up beating the New England Patriots. Let's go back to last year when the Pittsburgh Steelers beat the New England Patriots at home. We're not talking about game 1 of the season. We're talking about last year. Pittsburgh had the best blueprint of how to beat New England. They got pressure on Tom Brady. They got in his face. And they were able to score inside the red zone. That's how you beat the New England Patriots. You have to be able to get physical. You got to be able to get pressure on Tom Brady. And you have to be able to score inside the red zone. If Cleveland goes into this game and they get inside the red zone and go away kicking field goals instead of touchdowns, they're going to end up losing this game. Because you can't beat New England by walking away with 3 points instead of touchdowns. You got to be able to score touchdowns inside the red zone when you're playing the New England Patriots. And the Cleveland Browns are 17th in the NFL in red zone scoring percentage when it comes to scoring touchdowns in the red zone. They score touchdowns on 55% of their appearances inside the red zone. And the New England Patriots have the best red zone defense in the NFL. They only allow opposing teams to score touchdowns 16% of the time that they're inside the red zone. So the Cleveland Browns and Freddie Kitchens, they're going to have to come up with some innovative play calling, some innovative ways to score touchdowns inside the 20-yard line against New England if they want to be able to win this game. Because you're not going to be able to win this game walking away with 3 points instead of touchdowns. That's not how you beat New England. The last thing you have to be able to do is you have to get pressure on Tom Brady. And then you have Olivier Vernon, you have Myles Garrett, you have a lot of guys up front for the Cleveland Browns. You also have Denzel Ward and Greedy Williams come back in this game. They should be ready to go in this game. So I mean, this defense Myles Garrett's going to have a big game. Olivier Vernon's going to have to show up in this game as well. I've yet to see Olivier Vernon really have any game-changing plays so far this year. So him and Myles Garrett are going to have to have a big game if they want to help this Cleveland Browns team get the victory. Because you have to be able to get pressure on Tom Brady if you want to beat the New England Patriots. And if Cleveland isn't able to get pressure on Tom Brady and they just let Tom Brady just sit back there and give him all day to throw, then they're going to end up losing this game. Now, what the New England Patriots have to do to be able to win this game is they have to stop the run, and they got to force Cleveland to pass the football because Cleveland's offensive line is an absolute tragedy. It's not good. So if Cleveland can't run the football and they have to rely on Baker Mayfield to win the game with itself and rely on him to drop back and throw the ball 30 times behind his offensive line to win the game, then New England's going to end up winning this game. And the last thing New England has to be able to do is they got to get pressure on Baker Mayfield. And, I mean, this offensive line hasn't really been that good. So, I mean, it's pretty obvious that you have to be able to get pressure on Baker Mayfield. And the New England Patriots, if they're able to do those two things, then they most likely 99.9% of the time are going to end up winning this game if they're able to do these two keys to victory that I just listed. So, the team not going with to win this game, without a doubt, we're going with the New England Patriots. And here's why. The New England Patriots, they're playing at home, and it's very hard to win at Foxborough. And I'm not expecting a rookie head coach, and a guy like a Freddie Kitchens to go and out-coach New England at New England. I'm not expecting it. And plus, his offensive line isn't good, and the Cleveland Browns just are not good inside the red zone, and I just don't trust them. If you want to beat New England, you got to be able to get pressure on Tom Brady, and you got to be able to score inside the red zone. Cleveland cannot score inside the red zone. They're pretty much middle of the pack and scoring in the red zone. They're 17th in the red zone scoring percentage when it comes to scoring touchdowns. And his offensive line just hasn't been good. So I'm going to rock with the New England Patriots to win this game. I think the New England Patriots win this game 28-17 is my final score prediction for this game. So let me know who you guys think ends up winning this game down in the comment section down below. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more NFL videos and content. And thanks for watching.